when I first joined Brian Herta Autosport and Hyundai in TCR, the system was a fully mechanical system. So it was a bunch of, I would apply the brake on a ring on the back of the steering wheel, and then a bunch of linkages would push the able-bodied brake pedal down. And then we also had a pneumatic actuator to assist me in developing pressure, because obviously what you can grip is nowhere near what you could push with a leg, right? It was a good system, but it just had latencies and some inconsistency. So as a driver, it was really tough to really put the car on the limit because you never really knew what brake system you're about to have. Sometimes you'd apply the brake and it would stop as expected. Sometimes you'd apply the brake and there'd be almost like a small delay, because with a pneumatic actuator, depending on how much pressure was in the reservoir, the delay and assistance would vary. And it took a long time to try to isolate that. And, frankly, the big step forward was when we partnered with Bosch to put their electronic braking system into our Hyundai Elantra and TCR car at the end of 2024. And it was no easy task. Brian Herta Autosport and Hyundai worked so hard getting this system developed for me, really at their own cost. So they deserve a lot of accolades and credit to getting to where we are now. But it made it into a Hyundai Elantra and TCR car in, I want to say, early April or late April of 2024. And we did maybe 6, 7, 8 straight line tests before it ever saw a racetrack, just trying to get the software dialed in. And it was obviously a steep learning curve for Bosch as well. Given the electronic braking system is no stranger to being in race cars, it's the rear braking solution in GTP and LMDH. But using it front and rear axle and then implementing it in the manner that we were doing, it wasn't as easy as just copy and paste and times it by 2, and then you have the full system. And the reason why we hit the ground running as well as we did with the Corvette Z06 GT3R is because of the hard work that was done with Brian Herta Autosport and Bosch in the TCR. So the fact that we got it into the car and it raced 2 races at the end of 2024, it just gave everyone, I think, so much confidence to move it over into the Corvette for 2025.